Welcome to Do You Remember? Today we will be looking back at 10 canceled cartoons from 1994. Some were gone too soon while others lingered on like a bad smell. Comment below if you have any fond memories of watching any of these. Number 10. Skeleton Warriors. A mix of He-Man thrown in with a few other cartoon tropes of its time, Skeleton Warriors was the perfect mix of awesome. Along with a kick-ass soundtrack and amazing intro, the designs of the Skeleton Warriors reminded me of Skeletor was on steroids. Considering the show was produced by Gary Goddard, who also directed the 1987 film Masters of the Universe, you can see where he drew his inspiration from. The story takes place on the fictional distant planet of Luminaire. The conflict of the plot revolves around the need to control the Lightstar Crystal, which powers the great city of Luminicity. Running from September 17th to December 10th, 1994 on CBS and TCC in the UK. The show lasted 13 episodes until it was cancelled. The cartoon also spawned a toy line created by Playmates Toys, a comic book limited series created by Marvel Comics, and the Skeleton Warriors video game for the Sega Saturn and PlayStation consoles developed by Neversoft and published by Playmates Interactive. Despite their ambitions, Series 2 of Playmates Skeleton Warriors action figures were cancelled due to the low ratings of the show, the first series not selling well enough, and that the concept, while bold, may have been way too ahead of its time. Skeleton Warriors was released in a 2-disc set on December 6, 2011 in North America, featuring all 13 episodes. Number 9. Marsupilami is a half-hour American animated television segment series that first appeared on television as a segment of the 1992 show Raw Toonage, and was then spun off into his own eponymous show on CBS for the 1993-94 season. The show main character was the brainchild of popular Belgian artist André Franquin et al. There were 3 segments in the half-hour show: Marsupilami, Sebastian, and Schnookums and Meet the Later. Represents Disney's attempt to do a more edgy cartoon in the vein of Nickelodeon's The Ren and Stimpy Show and Rocko's Modern Life. Unlike other Disney afternoon cartoons, Schnookums and Meet only aired once a week, usually Mondays. Only 13 episodes were produced. The original Marsupilami comic stories by Franquin never had a speaking Marsupilami and never featured a gorilla or elephant in the Marsupilami's wild habitat, since these species are native to Africa, while the Marsupilami species in the comic version was said to come from South America. Another change is that Disney's animated Marsupilami can speak, whereas his comic counterpart can only mimic sound like a parrot. There were 13 episodes in the series, which lasted 1 season and ended on December 11, 1993. Reruns of the show were aired on the Disney Channel from October 1994 to June 1995 and later on Toon Disney. Each of the 13 episodes would feature one new Marsupilami short, then one short either featuring Sebastian the Crab or Schnookums and Meet, and then an old Marsupilami short from Raw Toonage. If you're expecting to see reruns of the titular character on Disney Plus, you will be disappointed. As of September 1997, U.S. District Senior Judge Edward Rafiti ordered Disney to pay Marcy BV nearly $10.4 million in damages for breaching its promise to make 13 half-hour episodes. The lawsuit stated that Disney favored some of the company's other franchises such as Aladdin or The Little Mermaid. Won by March 1999, Disney still owed $9.3 million to Marcy BV. After completion of paying these damages, Disney ceased broadcast of the program on Toon Disney a few years later, ultimately putting it in obscurity as Marsa Productions would produce and televise their input in Belgium, Marsupilami's country of origin. In recent years, the Marsupilami has been given a new lease of life and introduced to a new audience and fan base via next-gen games consoles in Marsupilami Hub Adventure. Number 8. Monster Force. Set in the year 2020. Monster Force centers on a group of teenagers who, with help of high-tech weaponry, fight off against classic universal monsters and spiritual beings threatening humanity. Some of the crew have personal vendettas. Example 1 has the Curse of the Wolfman that has been handed down through generations, and another had a family member taken away from her by Dracula, while others fight for mankind out of a sense of altruism. The series aired in syndication alongside another Universal animated cartoon, Exo Squad. What split this apart from other cartoon animation using similar characters is that it was produced by Universal Cartoon Studios, which allowed it exclusive right to use the Universal roster of monsters to their disposal. The cartoon has clear inspiration from the 1987 film Monster Squad, which also features many of the classic Universal monsters. The series ran for a single-season run of 13 episodes from April 9th to July 16th, 1994. Number 7. BattleTech. BattleTech was an animated television series based on the BattleTech franchise of the same name, produced for syndication by Saban Entertainment in 1994, written by Robert N. Skir and Marty Eisenberg, and focused on the character of Adam Steiner, a military officer in the distant future who struggles to liberate his home planet from an attacking faction. The series was noteworthy for its blending of animation techniques, with computer animation used to depict most battle sequences and traditional animation used for most other scenes. The series ran for 13 episodes before being cancelled, much to the dismay of the BattleTech fans, who began heavily investing into the BattleTech universe, which included a 5-issue limited comic book series called BattleTech Fallout, several games, and action figures. Ownership of the series passed to Disney in 2001 when Disney acquired Fox Kids Worldwide, which included Saban Entertainment. Number 6.